There we go. A little bit of an ice storm. Can't do much here. My nephew spent the night and we played some games. But then his other nephew, his older brother, came over and the ice snowed roads and picked him up. I thought I was going to be here for another night. I thought we could play a ton of games. We got a few board games played, but 6, I think. But the goal was 15. He took him about, I don't know, about 3 or 4 o'clock. I invited his old other brother to come over, who was originally supposed to come over, and he said, "Oh, I didn't know today was the day," because we had talked about it. He had come over the night before to watch a movie, and hey, Michael, hey, how's it going? Yeah. And I was just saying, I played a few board games, and we're iced in here, so I played a few board games. Tomorrow, I don't have to go into work because we're iced in. We can't get on the roads, but unfortunately, no one can come see me. I want to play games. My little girls, and I will probably play some of the little vintage games, probably. But oh man, the goal was Michael. My nephew was going to be snowed in, and he was going to stay here another night. We're going to play 15 games. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's really fun. There'll be another one. Brandon's coming back next week. He was really fun. I'm gonna bring back one other person too for that podcast. That was a lot of fun. I'll tell Brandon you said that. Haven't seen or heard from that dude. I have not seen him in over 15 years, almost 17 years. I mean, he looks different. He looks different. He shaved back in the day. He was clean shaven and had a full head of hair. Now he's bald and he has a big beard. Um, but really nice guy. And we had talked on the phone a couple of times this past year for the first time in years. We texted every blue moon. Like I'm not close with him, and I want to be. I want to be. He's a really good dude. He's a really good dude. He thanked me afterwards with a text. I said, dude, we'd love to have you back. So that was a really fun podcast. So we'll do it again. Benjamin is not going to be in this week. He's still filming his movie in Baton Rouge. So I'm hoping by February he comes back. He's been in Australia. He's been at a New Orleans Comic Con, and now he's been in Baton Rouge filming the sequel to Bog Monster, I think is what it is. But he has lots of stories to tell on Saturday Morning Sandwich Flange when he gets in. And then Bruce can't make it. He's just working. He's working seriously 80 hours right now a week, and they're paying him tons of money for it. But yeesh. And he knew what he was getting back into. So I don't know when he's going to be making it back to the podcast. I want him back. He was supposed to come back for one, and he didn't. So I had to record on my own. But I am going to bring in a friend of mine that's been on before. It's going to be fun. I have two great topics for it. Oh, I'm doing well. How are you, Maxine? Maxine, breaking site records. We had increased site traffic for her article on the expandinguniverse.com. It's a good article. I'd love to have another one for February. It needs some stuff for February. Brennan and I were going to team up and do a set of videos for the website, but he's been busy and now he's sick, and that's fine. He needs to rest up. But yeah, I'm trying to get all my. It's mid January. I like to start getting all my February posts straightened out, so I'm not scrambling. Hello, hello. What's up? Just finished the fourth Old Republic Annihilation. Second favorite behind Deceived. Wee! Annihilation. Annihilation. Wow. That I've never heard anyone say before. Is it Annihilation? There's one of them that I really don't like in the Old Republic. I think Deceived is great. I think it's the best one. I like Revan second. A lot of people hate Revan because they played the game and they said it doesn't sound like Revan. But no. The bad one is Fatal Alliance. That's the bad one. Annihilation was pretty good, but Fatal Alliance is a terrible Old Republic book. It's the only bad one. It's 15 or it'll get down to 15 tonight. It was 19 today. It's 16 now or 17. It's getting colder. So by early morning it'll be 15 or something. They didn't tell us they were canceling. You don't have to come into work. They didn't tell us that till 7:15 tonight. 7:15 at 6 o'clock. I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to drive. I was ready to drive in the snow, man. I was gonna do it, but I would have to take if the daycare's open, and then I would because if the site's open, the daycare has to open because it's an on-site daycare at work, and at 6:30 supposedly they made the call to cancel. They never cancel work. Never. I mean, but I know why they did it, because the police department here advised people to stay off the roads, and that announcement came after 5. They were going to open up, and then when the police said that, they went, we're telling people to break, they would go against the police thing. That I guarantee you, that's why they did it, because they would have been open. Like I have gone in the snow to work, and in the South with no snow. We don't have snow tires. We can't salt our roads. We don't buy salt because it hardly snows here. If it does, it melts that day. So to have an ice last more than a day it's happened twice in my life here in Louisiana. It's happened twice. Once was a few years ago, back in 2021, and it was for a whole week. People were dying. They didn't know what to do. And I'm already stir crazy after one day, but now it's not going to be above 25 is the highest it's going to be tomorrow afternoon. And so they don't think the snow will melt till Wednesday when it climbs up again. So, Michael, why can't you just live here? And we can be playing board games. Well, it was a good article. It deserves the traffic. Good. I'm glad you like it. Who was it? I was talking to someone who asked me about Ticket to Ride. Oh, I played Twilight Imperium Saturday. One person had played it. The other ones were, and he had only played it once. The rest of them were brand new. There's kids from the high school. The seniors who used to play with me, they banded together and bought Twilight Imperium, which is why I don't see them much anymore. And they let one of the freshmen play, and he told all the other freshmen. And so they cornered me, and they said, "Hey, we want to play." I was like, "All right, let's do Saturday." And so we did. And I said, "Guys, you're going to lose because you're new, but don't worry." That was a close game. Again, they almost had me, and they would have had me if they had. This is why I love Twilight Imperium. It gets you. You lose your focus. You can lose your focus so fast. Like, what's the goal, or what's this? Because you're so ingrained in you. It's hard to take a step back and look at everyone else. You look at everyone else, but only because are they going to interfere with my plans? But you need to really look at the other people. And they made a uber mistake, and I pointed it out to them after I won. They were going, one of two of them were going to win. They were going to win that game, and I was not going to win. And I did something, and they panicked. They did not think, and I won. I was like, "Oh, shut up!" It was I'd go into detail, but I'd bore a lot of people. But it was a classic game. It wasn't my best. I mean, I've made it out. The last few games, I've made it out by the skin of my teeth. So to be honest, everyone is getting better. I'm not getting worse. Everyone's getting better. And eventually it's going to happen. The king shall fall. I shall fall. I rule at Twilight Imperium, but I am gonna lose eventually. I thought if they would have been thinking straight, they could have taken me out of the game, and that'd have been it. But they didn't. And they made a huge mistake, and I won. And I was a little worse, like, oh man, this is not going to work. I said he's going to come back and do this, and I'm done. And then instead he went somewhere else. Like, oh, you're kidding me. I was so lucky. I played with the Winu, and I don't like that race because you have to, kind of nest on Mechatol Rex. And I never like messing with Mechatol Rex because everyone wants Mechatol Rex. It's like King of the Hill. And I'd rather let them fools fight over it and get my points somewhere else. But because the Winu are strong on Mechatol Rex, you have to go to their strength. You have to play to your strength. But it wasn't my strategy, which was throwing me off. And I was very vulnerable in that game. And we picked aliens at random, and these kids hated that we did that. They wanted to pick their race. They thought it was so unfair that I made them pick random. I said, we always do random. But I let them pick 2 and then choose 1. It was a great game, but they came close. They're going to come over again. They want to play Zombiegeddon with me. And then they're going to come over again and play Spartacus, Project Elite, and the Escapes. Escape Curse of the Temple and Escape Zombie City. We're playing Firefly too, the same day we do Spartacus. We got like 4 other board games planned that are not Twilight Imperium, even though I'd be happy if it was. Whew. Yeah, the ice is never fun. Marcel, you can thrive in this environment. You can thrive in this environment. I can't. Poor Southern boy. Can't do it. Yes, it will. Yours is due out. Hold on. I thought I had the website up. I thought I was looking at the website earlier. Yes, Lance did a good article too. It's coming out in January. I think it's late January because I think I got that a little bit later. But it is a good article. It is. Yeah, I'll be honest. We've had some really good submissions by people. Where is yours? January 26th. Yeah, toward the end. It was one of the later ones I got, but that's a good one. I really like that one. Yeah, a lot of people who played the video game did not like Revan. And see, I didn't ever play the video game, so I thought it was a good book. But the majority of people think your way. The majority of people agree with you. But because I didn't play the video games, I didn't know, and so I was still enthralled. Hello. That was a fun video you posted the other day. I got a laugh out of it. Oh, a supermodel. Here. Hello. How are you? The driving safe on the way. She didn't have to deal with snow, that's for sure. But yeah, so anyway, tomorrow I'm just kind of wondering what I'm going to be doing. I mean, all the kids will be here. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be loud. I got to get up early in the morning again. I was up at my little baby slept through the night, woke up at 6:16, which is good. That's good. That's fine. My wife was just grumpy as all get. She get out, and with the babies, because the baby, one of them, the boy can jump over the crib. It's like, get out of here. And I was like, oh, it's 6. It's okay. He slept through the night. So I got him, fed him, played with him for 3 hours. She slept till 9, and then got up, and then me and my nephew started playing a few games, and we got through about 5 until his brother came and picked him up. The plan was 15. We're going to be playing all through the night tonight, but oh well. Now I'm alone. Sad. Perhaps so. The video games are my weakness. I don't know the video games that well. You man, maybe so. Marcel can come down and live in Louisiana. No, he doesn't. No, Texas already has too many people. Yeah, it's like Texas and Florida are like the states that are growing the fastest, right? I can't remember which one's first, but Texas and Florida are the 2 fastest growing states because everyone's moving there, and then Tennessee is a decent number 3. I know a lot of people who moved to Tennessee too, but Tennessee, those are the states people are going to. People are not driving to Louisiana. Hey, Teresa, how are you? I've not caught I haven't caught you or anyone's live streams in a while, but I do listen, and they are fun. I just love it. You baked the sweet rolls. I saw that. It's funny because I was like, "Oh, is this a podcast on sweet rolls?" I'm getting hungry. I had to. I had to do. I usually do a diet. Everyone knows this for the first 2 months of the year because I pig out November, December. Well, this year is like, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. Screw it. But two things happen. A, um, we played the annual Santa Bowl, a flag football game. We brought our annual flag football game back. We used to play it for years, for about 14 years. Then we stopped, and it was 10 years ago almost. And so we brought it back this year. Um, it was just me and one other original, because it's like the grown-ups versus the youth, and there was only one more original grown-up with me. And oh wait, I got to do the super chat. 1313, I like it. Hey, Matt, recently discovered your channel. Started reading the Clone Wars chronology. Your videos has helped me a lot decide which insider stories were. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that they're helpful. I'm really thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat, but thank you for the compliment. That's really nice. That's really nice because that's what I originally hoped to, because you would find out, because I know there's one guy who, when I was doing Matt's Expanded Universe, he was going, Matt, this is great. You've talked about stories I never knew about, or short stories. I was like, oh, I need to look into this, and he started making check boxes and circling the ones he really wanted. And that's exactly, because see, that's exactly what I wanted in a channel, but no one else had that. Like, you go 10 years, 20 years ago or whatever, and you put up a channel like mine, I would have been the biggest fan of it. I've been like, oh, I need to get that. Oh, I need to get that. So I had to find a lot of this on my own and then through other people. But I'm so glad it's helped you out on knowing what to accomplish. But I can't remember what I was talking about now. I'm all off here. No, I had an idea and it just I had an inkling of what I was talking about. It was probably boring stuff, right? Probably so. Oh yeah, the Santa Bowl. So what happened in the Santa Bowl? Okay, so me and this other guy, we're the only two older guys. I'm one of the oldest players now, and the old youth 9 years ago, they're the adults now, and we lost because we didn't have a full team. We had 10, and then we got our 11th guy in the second half, and that guy, his brother-in-law showed up, and I said, call your brother-in-law and tell him to come, because he told me he was going to come, but he had no plans to come. So his brother-in-law made him come, but he came in the second half. So what a jokester. But we got stomped. And but then I looked around. Sadly, my nephew thinks I'm the second fastest person on the team. I think I'm the third fastest, but that's sad. If I'm the fastest, I used to have some speed back in the day. I won't lie. I had some speed back in the day, but I've lost several steps since then. But and even 9 years ago, I was not the fastest guy on the team. I would maybe barely make. No, I probably think I'd be in the bottom half back then 9 years ago, because we had some speed on offense and defense that were better than me. But they're all gone. They're too old. That's what they told me. They're too old. My brother said he stopped running years ago, so he didn't play anymore. But my speed has stayed the same, which is sad. So I need to drop a few pounds so I can get back into shape. I was going to do it, but then I was like, oh, now I'm one of the fast guys now. Now I've got to improve it, because they want me to be a receiver next year. No way. I've not caught a ball in years. I'm usually on defense, but they said we need speed on the side, so you need to be a receiver next year. I was like, they wanted me to be quarterback, but I can't throw. They said, well, what about receiver? I was like, so I got to pick up my speed. So drop a few pounds. Plus, I saw the doctor at the wrong time. They took a blood sample, and my triglyceride levels were through the roof. Yeah. Because most of the Halloween candy I did not give to the girls. I ate every day. The people at work, they brought Halloween candy. All of November, I was eating gobs of snack-sized candy. Gobs of it. More than regular, because it's November. And December, I did the same thing. Everyone's making cookies and chocolate pretzels and chocolates. And I was trying all of it, man. We were going out to eat all the time. We were having fun times. I eat like a pig. So, yeah, my blood level's crap in December, but it gets better later on. But I wasn't going to go on the diet, but the Santa Bowl convinced me, yeah, I probably need to. And then the doctor made me. I get another blood sample end of February, which is usually when I stop the diet anyway. So it'll work out. And he'll be very happy with my, I need to take my vitamin D. But anyway, he'll be very happy with the end result. And then I don't just jump off the diet. I step off, and I'm going to step off every week. I add like a few other things to the diet. Like for a whole month, I kind of ease back into regular, but I don't go hog wild. I never go hog wild until, after November 1st, after Halloween, when all the candy comes in, I divide it out. And the girls we had 2 huge bowls of candy, and that's not counting the candy the girls kept. So there's way more candy. They're giving out way more candy these days at Halloween. But anyway, so that's why I'm having to do the diet. And the diet does not bother me at all. Like, my wife gets upset. She gets embarrassed. She brings home pizza or something. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't care. The only thing that got me, I made sloppy joes for the first time ever. And I got to admit, those things smell delish. Can't have a sloppy joe, though, but they smell delicious. But I really wanted a sloppy joe. But I didn't. I'm fine because it's only for 2 months. I'm in a way, I'm 1/4 of the way through at the 15th. So end of the month, I'll be halfway through, and February is the shortest month of the year. So, I'm there. I'm going to be there. Do I celebrate Mardi Gras and eat king cake and all these? No, I hate king cake. I hate Mardi Gras. The only thing worse than king cake is Mardi Gras. But oddly enough, I hate Halloween more. So I actually like Mardi Gras. I hate Mardi Gras. I can't say that. But I'd rather Mardi Gras over Halloween. I hate Mardi Gras so much. So much. Hate it. Okay, where am I? Here we go. Okay. Hey, Soul, how's it going? Dang, that is a cool picture. What is that from? You're from Vermont? I didn't know that. Author, guess what? You're my favorite person in Vermont. Like Maxine is my favorite person in Rhode Island. You're my favorite person in Vermont. You know what? I would love to go up to Rhode Island and Vermont. Not now, in the summer. Vermont. What do they have in Vermont? Is that do they make syrup there? What's their thing they're famous for? I need to know. Aha. My boss, I think, is going to Texas this week. I don't know. It's iced over. I will most likely be in Dallas, but Lance, I don't know if I'll have time to visit. I wish I did. I don't know yet. But looks like I will be in Dallas at least once. If I'm going to the board game convention, which is why I won't be available. But I'll see. My entire game group is going. And the only thing that's holding me back is I need to see what my bonus is at work so I can afford it. Because I got to go to I'm in a wedding. Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions, I'm in his wedding. And there's going to be a bunch of us, going to his wedding. I didn't realize it, but it's going to be like a mini Legends Con. He's got a lot of people traveling in for it. So Geeks Attic will be there. Addict Bryant from Paper Books, what's it called? Paper Movies. Dylan, Brian Board from Twin Sons. There's going to be a good party there. I didn't realize there were going to be that many people at the wedding, so I'm happy. I'm really happy. So I know I have to pay for that, but if the bonus has enough for me to go to Dallas, I'll go to Dallas too and play games. True. but I believe we're going to have a better governor now. We had, and by the way, I won't get into politics, but I liked our governor his first run. I despised him his second run. He was a Democrat that towed the line. He was very fair. And then for his second run, the Democrats said, "Hey, you need to act like a Democrat and start, killing jobs in your state." He went, Will do. Killing jobs and blaming Republicans. I'll do that." And he just did a 180. I got a picture with him. I would have been proud to get a picture with him 4 years ago during his first term. His first term, he did great stuff and he was very fair. But for some reason, he said, "Oh, I got to be a Democrat now?" Okay. He was Democrat. In my opinion, he was Democrat only by name back in his first run. He was a good guy, even though a lot of my friends didn't like him. Here we go. No, thank you, Teresa, if you're still here. Thank you. I don't know. I've been a lot there. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. What's happening? I have. Oh, wait, hey, you know what? Yes, a board game question. Hold on. Have I played Wingspan? Hold on. Oh, let me get this thing down. Oh, no. You mean Wingspan? Oh, I have it top on backwards. I have the big nesting box for it, and it is nice. It's not worth the money. I traded for it, but there you go. Yeah, look how big this box is. This is a huge box. I got everything Wingspan. I got it all tricked out. I am not getting Wormspan. I am not doing it. I'm not going to do it. No. I have a bone to. I like Stonemaier games, but I hate them when it comes to Wingspan. I really think. I mean, come on, they want $75 for this empty box. They don't give you nothing. No sleeve. They could have thrown sleeves in there. A lot of empty boxes throw sleeves in there. They didn't throw sleeves in there. $75. You can get a nice board game for $75, but they expect you to buy this big box. I traded for it, but I love it. I think it's really nice, the nesting box, because I just want everything together. Now, this thing will not fit on a shelf, I don't think. It will. Oh, hot dog, it would. Okay. I have it on top of my shelf, my gaming shelf right now. But yeah, it's a fun one. We played it not too long ago. My nephew who never played it, I said, "You never played Wingspan?" And so we played it the other day, just like a week ago or something. And he liked it. It just took him a while to get used to, the 3 tracks and everything. The missus is. I'm not. Although I am for. It's been a long time, so I'll probably, if my wife wants to watch them all again, I'll watch them all. The only 80s slasher film legacy that I love watching is the original Halloween. That goes all the way, Halloween all the way to Halloween Resurrection. H2O is a soft reboot, but I believe it's the novel connects it to the movies. It was a soft reboot as movies go, but they tell you what happened. Because why is Jamie Lee Curtis under a different name? She went to witness protection program. They faked her death. So when her daughter in 5 and 6, or 4, 5, and 6, thinks her mom died in a car wreck, she didn't. That was all a setup. It was to protect her child from Michael Myers. And, it didn't work, but and Jamie Lee Curtis her character had no contact with her daughter. So she didn't even know that Michael Myers was after her daughter during those years. She was just trying to live her own life. So that's how they kind of explain it. So everything connects. And then Resurrection was the last one, in my opinion. And the worst movie in that whole series was Resurrection. I liked Halloween 3. That's a fun one. My wife refuses to watch that ever again. So I watch it by myself. But every once in a while, and I'll be honest, this next coming Halloween, if she wants to watch the series again, she wants to do it every year. But I don't want to do everything. I don't want to do those every year. But it's been a couple of years, so I'll do it this year if she wants to do it. And if she wants to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, like we have the I got her the TV show, the burn copies, VCD copies of it a long time ago. So we could even watch the TV show, even though the first episode is really the only good thing about it. But supposedly that ties into the last movie, because in the TV show he kills off all the kids from Elm Street, or supposedly. So the movie takes place, there's no children on Elm Street anymore. And I wanted to get her a board game, but it's way too expensive. Freddy's Revenge or something. It's an old game. But I'm not really a fan of those two. Yeah. I am. Oh, hold on. I am watching Insidious. Haven't seen those movies in forever, and we're really enjoying them. Me, my nephew, and his buddy come over. They came over last night. We watched Insidious 3. Three other people joined us. They'd never seen Insidious, but they watched 3. And now they're all coming back over to watch The Last Key, which I thought I'd seen, but looking at the preview, I don't remember it at all. I saw 3, but I didn't remember anything of 3. But I don't think I ever saw 4. I thought I did, but I must not have. The Last Key and the newest one that came out is The Red Door. So we're going to watch both of those next. And The Red Door brings back the original cast from the first 2 movies. So I'm interested. But so far, Insidious is pretty good. I didn't want to watch it again. My nephew wanted to watch it. I was like, all right. I'm built like a middle linebacker. Thank you. I play defense usually. And the reason my nephew says I'm the second fastest is because I came close to sacking him. Like I grabbed his flag a few times, but he got rid of the football in time, so I missed him. But he said, "Yeah, you were the second fastest." And I was thinking, "Yeah, no, I was third." He went, "No, you're second," because I got to him so fast. That's why it was his own pride who pushed me up to number 2. And maybe I don't know. I think the guy's name is James, and there's a Matthew. Matthew is definitely faster than me. My nephew doesn't believe that. James is he can cut too, but I may be a little faster. I don't know. But if I'm the fastest guy on the team, we're in trouble. Oh. Yes, right around the Lollipop Forest. And in between the what was it called? Peanut Brittle Ridge. You know the tastiest one? I can't remember the tastiest one. Was probably the Peanut Brittle place. We don't have Candyland. We don't have that game. We don't have regular games here. So I have chess. I love chess. I'll never play. I'm not that good anymore, though. I hadn't played. My nephew has beat me twice. No, I went online and played some chess, and I was intermediate level. Which was nice, you know. Thank you. Oh, hey. Thank you, Tim. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year. Thank you, Zach. Thanks, Zach. Good to have you. I do. I literally do. Literally do. Who invented the holocron? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that West End Games? I want to say it was West End Games. Oh, man. I despise it. I despise Mardi Gras so much. So much. Like, I usually bring a video camera and make fun of people, but people get really mad now when I do that. So still want to do it. I used to throw beads at people too. That was kind of mean. I'm not going to do that anymore. That was a long time ago. My wife really wants to take the girls. I had to take the girls by myself this time. And this year my wife said she'll do it. So maybe I'll get to stay at home. She's going to make me go. But I hate, it's always so cold. It's so cold. It's miserable. I hate it. Every minute of it. I hate it. I can always interview you. Okay. Looking for interview. I gave up on the interviews. I just don't have the time. I'm glad Joe made the time for me, though. That was a fun interview to do. And I was going to interview someone else today, and I forgot. Thank you. And I'd love to come to Rhode Island. I would. I really would. You think I'm lying, but I would. Rhode Island, Vermont, those would be so much fun, I think. I want to see other states. The highest I've been is New York. I had to work in Albany for a week for my job. That was fun. I had a friend who lived in Maine and would send me pictures, and I thought it was so beautiful. So I'd love to visit the whole New England side of there in the summer. Maple syrup, yeah. Okay. Maple syrup. I'd try that. I'd try that, man. I seriously would. I'd love to go there. All right, let's see. Oh, oh, oh. Let me get this guy. Oh. I don't know if they've said where it's going to be, right? Hold on. Let me ask. Because I know they're locking in a contract. Hey, buddy, exclamation point. Were you able to get the contract signed for Legends Con yet? Question mark. I know he's waiting on that. And I am for that. I am for waiting until you have everything signed before announcing. Because what if it doesn't go through or they find out there's a conflict? Then you announce it and you go, oh, guys, I'm sorry, that place is busy. We're trying to scramble to find something else. And then we couldn't find anything that fit our needs. So we're moving. So you know, but I'm coming to BGG Spring Con is what I'm doing. At least once I'll be there. Yeah, he's a good guy. Jeremy's a good guy. Yep, Sebastian here. Oh, the Dune books are so good. Who else is reviewing Dune? Alex is reviewing Dune too. So good. So cool. I can't remember. I'm a little behind. I'm a lot behind in these comments. Yep. Yeah, you know what though, Al? I've watched all the Hellraisers. Except for did they do a reboot one? I didn't watch that one. But even to the last one that Doug whatever was in, I watched it. A lot of them suck, but I watched them all. Those straight to DVD ones. She swears up and down she never wrote it. Even though it had a release date and cover art, she said she never wrote it. So oh, good. Awesome. That's great. Alex, which one are you on the left or right? Which one is him? Oh, he was asking for lore. I thought he meant where it first appeared. Okay. Oh, you might be right. It might have been Dark Empire now that I think about it. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Hey Matt, love your name by the way. Mardi Gras, it's always cold. We're outside for hours. The parade always starts late. There's always something to delay it. They're throwing out plastic beads, and people are screaming like idiots and fighting like idiots for plastic beads. I'm sorry. I'm just such a Scrooge. I'm such a bah humbug about it. I can't stand the holiday. I don't want to be out in the cold at night, freezing for 3 hours just to catch some stupid beads. I just don't. I don't want to do it. I hate it. I think king cake sucks. King cake sucks. I think the colors are ugly. I'm so mean. And the last place on God's green earth I want to be during Mardi Gras is New Orleans. For Mardi Gras, I want to be far away. Now I say that, however, Matt, I will tell you this: on Fat Tuesday, I will be presenting a comedy bit. I did it last year, and they asked me back for a Fat Tuesday thing. I think that is streamed. I don't know. If it is, maybe. Well, I can't promise the link because it may be a private link. I don't know, but I know that I don't know if they streamed that. I don't know if they've streamed that, but I was asked to come back. This is my 3rd year. Third year I've done it. They offered me, they saw me in the crowd, offered me a challenge for the next year. I did it. It went well. Even though I flubbed the last joke, I totally flubbed it. I felt bad. And the second one was good. And the guy who ran it goes, "That was good. You can come back and do that again." I was like, "Okay, all right, we will." So I'm right now. Oh, where did I write? I wrote a bunch of notes. I don't see where they are. I wrote a bunch of notes. So I am participating in a fact. That's like a Shrove Tuesday thing where they cook. It's unlimited pancakes, bacon. It's all free for the people who are invited. So they eat pancakes, bacon, and then come and enjoy a variety show. A lot of people playing, he has a lot of people, playing music and stuff, but he wants more comedy in it. And he was the comedy, and he was like, I can't do this every year. And they said, Matt's pretty funny. So he had me come in. We kind of we kind of break up the comedy. I go first, he goes last. He's the one that introduces it with a few, he's like David Letterman. He's the opening monologue, and then it starts introducing a bunch of bands or players or singers. And then I come in and do a comedy skit. Then they do a few more bands and singers. Then he comes in and does a comedy skit. Then they do the finale, which last year was a bunch of people singing on stage. But, it's kind of was broken up. Yeah, for real. Oh, you collect my, what's his face? What's his face? Norm. Norm from the Board Game Museum does Monopoly games. And, I don't have any Monopoly games myself, but that's how Norm got big. Norm was complaining. I remember a long time ago, Norm was like, man, I can't get any traction on my side. I said, dude, you find your niche, you're going to do well. And you know what his niche was? Reviewing Monopoly. Those are his biggest hit games, man. Biggest hits. And that's how he got big. And I'm so happy. He has like 20, 30,000 subs now. He's great. It's great. And don't worry about it. I do these things last minute, so don't worry about it. Welcome. Welcome. Ah, I would love to meet up with Ryan again. I had a great time with him. He's a cool dude. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Have you sent one? Oh, you did. Hold on. That comes with the story. That comes with the story, sir. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad you said that because I'd love to show that off. Right. Got it. No. Okay. All right. So, Al, it's just as crazy. I don't know if you knew this, but a lot of people know it now. Mobile, Alabama is just as big as New Orleans when it comes to Mardi Gras, just as big. And they have a argument with New Orleans about who started it. Mobile has an actual newspaper print about a Mardi Gras parade. New Orleans doesn't. But New Orleans says no. Mobile says you stole it from us and got big. They're so close together. And but New Orleans says no, we're the original. But Mobile puts up billboards going the original home of Mardi Gras, and they go all out. So on Government Boulevard, you got to book it a year in advance to get a hotel anywhere near there. And if you go to Government Boulevard, you will not be displeased. It's really in Mobile. For me, Mobile is a nicer town than New Orleans. New Orleans is it's a dump. It's got some really nice places. Don't get me wrong. There's some really nice, good places to eat, but Mobile is just nice. It's just a nice area. Oh, you're gonna enjoy that. You're gonna enjoy that, man. That is. And hang out with Maxine. Maxine, what is the thing? What is the thing Rhode Island's known for? I don't know. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I just don't know what they're known for. I know having the smallest state, but what food wise or product wise, what do you have to go when you go to Rhode Island? What is it? Tennessee, they say it's the barbecue. Vermont, the maple syrup. Ah, Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, I mean, gosh, there's a whole lot. Marcel, who's on here, has a great channel. Brennan has a great channel. I enjoy Alex. I enjoy Author. Author's channel has been really good. I enjoy Chris Nelson if he posted more. Dylan if he posted more. I'd enjoy those. Twin Sons Foundation. I follow them just because they're good people, not because they're reviews. Meg from Meg Reviews is excellent. Excellent, does an excellent job. There's a lot of Tim does an EU university thing, which is really good too. There's a lot of good content out there. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people now. Spencer from the library, the Star Wars library and stuff. He doesn't do that many either, but there's a lot of good content out there that I do watch for Star Wars, and I just love seeing other people's point of view. I love it. I love it. Doesn't always, if it agrees with me, great. If they disagree with me, great. I'm just happy to see it. What's their point of view about it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I got it when it came out. I don't know if he does interviews, but Norm from the Board Game Museum, is a big Monopoly. He's big in Monopoly. I had the Mario Kart Monopoly, but my little girls tore it up. When it was a year ago. And I don't know what got into them, but they tore the board to shreds. They snapped off the heads of some of the pieces. I had all the pieces too, all the promo pieces too, and just tore it up and lost a lot of stuff, bent a lot of the coins, tore a lot of the car. I mean, just went nuts. They've never done that before. So it's really weird. So I got rid of it. So I don't have Mario Kart Monopoly anymore. But I used to play Mario Kart the game all the time. Yeah, sadly it is. Sadly it is. It's because it was one of those science fiction book club exclusives. The whale milk. Oh, there it is. So yeah, take it from the Mobile guy. Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it like a newspaper that y'all have that shows the? I remember the argument in New Orleans, like no. But Mobile has proof, I think, and Mobile puts those up near New Orleans too, the original home of Mardi Gras. I love it. I think it's funny. And as a kid, small time, I used to go. I didn't know it was Mardi Gras. We didn't want the beads, but they used to throw out the coins, the gold, purple, and green coins. And we'd always try to get the gold ones. We don't know why they made purple and green. We didn't know it was Mardi Gras. And we didn't want the beads either. We got a few beads, but we wanted those coins because there's like pirate coins and stuff. But we didn't realize we were going to Mardi Gras the whole time. We were just too young. Yeah, I hear it's a lot of fun. Seafood. Well, that makes sense. Like coffee milk is place for Iggy's Doughboys. Dude, yeah, totally. My dad would eat that. My dad is a seafood snob, Maxine. He grew up in Mobile, Alabama, right off the bay. So he knows fresh. And he will not go anywhere if he can't see the ocean. And he knows fresh seafood. So there was like one seafood place he used to eat here because somehow they had great seafood and they closed a long time ago. And so he does not eat seafood anywhere until he goes down to Mobile. And so for our beach vacation, that's the only time he eats seafood these days because he knows it's fresh down there. Gulf Shores and Mobile. What about OG? Oh, no. See, I knew. All right. So, yes, your channel too. See, I knew I was going to forget channels. She does coffee chat where she talks down. One of the things I like about Laura is she breaks down the artwork, which made me, and I told her this. I've told her this 1,000 times. I was like, you know what? That's one thing I failed to do in Matt's Expanded Universe, even in my rereads, even though I tried to point it out. But the artwork, I just totally forgot about mentioning the artwork. And of course, being an artist, you do that a lot. And so I love that perspective too. So yes, there is a lot. I knew I'm going to forget someone, right? I mean, I knew it, but yes. But I'm telling you why I enjoyed your channel. I enjoy your channel and of course, your different views on things. It's so great. It could be the same as mine, but I'm just saying your own independent view is fun. Yeah, but remember, I got it when it all came out. It's not like I'm paying hundreds of dollars per thing. I got it And then all the RPG stuff. When I used to write dinner theater scripts, I was getting paid $1,000 a script because they were because my scripts would sell out shows and they do extra runs, so he always paid me more for them. And right, and I spent thousands of dollars buying all that RPG stuff, but I didn't spend a dime because I just wrote another script, and I'd only write one a year, and then right before they shut down, they made an offer for me to write the whole season, $4,000 agreement. We were going to sign the contract and do it. I was like, I have 3 of the 4 scripts written actually, because I got to working on them immediately when they told me. She said, "Okay, I'll have a contract sent to you soon." I was like, "Okay, great." And so I got 3 of them. I was working on the 4th one, and I was calling her, and she said, "Hey, I'm so sorry. We're closing." She said, "We just can't find a good location." It was because of location, not because they were. And she was getting old and wanted to retire. But 3 of those scripts are written. The $3,000 just sitting on my computer. No one else would pay that much for it. Really, you don't say. I hear they're different. I hear all those different editions of Monopoly are different, and I found that by listening to Norm's channel. So yeah, that surprised me because I thought all Monopoly were just reskins of the same game, but they've actually done a few things different with the last few Monopolies. Oh, the movie. See, that's why I didn't get the joke. I've been to Galveston, but did not try the seafood. I was leaving on a cruise out of Galveston a long time ago. So I didn't really get to look at Galveston at all. Most rare book, I guess. No, I have an original hard copy of Siege from England. That's pretty rare. Maybe Last Jedi would be up there. Comic, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. Is there a super rare one? And then short, no idea. I don't keep up with the prices that much. I know I have all those Clone War book digests, and one of them I lost during my move. Had to pay $75 for a beat up library copy. $75. It was the cheapest I could find it. I didn't pay $75 when I first bought it. I was pissed that I lost that one during the move. Oh, you're allergic to fish? No way. Shellfish? Oh, that's terrible. You can't eat it. Okay. This is a great question. I like Dune. I love the books. I love the novels. I love Frank Herbert's. I love Brian Herbert's and Kevin J. Anderson's. I think that's great. There's only one Dune book from Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson that I think sucks, and that's Winds of Dune. Other than that, they've hit home runs. The new movie is good. A lot of the good visuals. David Lynch's movie is almost spot on for visuals, but it's a terrible movie. But it has better visuals than the new movie. There are some good things for the new movie. Don't get me wrong. But here's one thing I don't like. I like Jason Momoa, but he's not Duncan Idaho. If you read the books, he's not Duncan Idaho. I like Jason Momoa fine. I thought Baron Harkonnen, how he looked in the new movie, was atrocious. It was terrible. The Lynch version is a million times better. Lynch's version is closer to the book, but you need more action. You need more adventure. You need more stuff that the new movie has. But the thing that pissed me off about the new movie, they've delayed it again. They've made it into part 2. I don't think it's going to be as popular this time around. I have a feeling people lose interest after a few years. And so people are just going to wander off. And Dune 2 is going to just sink the series, and they're not going to make any more. I want them to make stories past the first book. So, but all the delays and everything, I wish it well. I wish it well because I want to see more. But there are some problems. I thought Lady Jessica was awful in the new movie. Not that she was stellar in the Lynch movie, but she was just awful. The kid who plays Dune is fine. Oh, Gurney. That's not Gurney. Gurney, see, Gurney he's a banjo playing rough and tough guy, but he plays a banjo. Like he's like a grandpappy, whatnot. And this Gurney is serious and not fun. And Gurney's cracking jokes. He's a feisty little guy who loves a good banjo. But see, you can't have a guy playing a banjo now singing songs that look silly now. So they have to make him tough and militarized. And I just hated that. So there's some things I'm cheering for the new Dune movie, but it has flaws in my opinion. The Lynch movie looks great. The Navigators look awesome. Baron Harkonnen looks just like Baron Harkonnen. The still suits look great, but the movie does fall flat. It's a boring movie. So, I'm so. I like both and have issues with both. Soul's trying to get you in trouble there. That's true, you do. That's true, you do. Yeah. Wrote dinner theater script. In fact, right now, because my wife is working at the theater, they really want me to write some scripts. No, some children's theater, some school theater that my wife is helping out with, and they're hurting hard for two. I jokingly sent an idea my wife's way, and she presented it to him. They said, if he'll write it, we'll take it. And they're trying to get me to write something for them, and it just takes time. It just takes time. I don't seem to have that time anymore. I don't seem to make that time anymore. Excuse me. I have the time. I just don't want to make it. It's not that interesting. I don't want to blow it up too big. No one's knocking on my door for these scripts. It's just that I was doing it. I was doing a dinner theater once, and the script sucked so bad. I got so frustrated with it, and because the director was, that's not the line. I said, I know the original line sucks, Steve. I said, I could write better crap than this. He went, well, then do it and I'll put it on. I said, I will. And then we went back to the show. We went to practice. Then after rehearsal, I came up to him and was like, were you serious about me writing a script? He went, if it's good. And I went, all right. And so I wrote a script and he read it. I remember he took me out to dinner, went out to dinner, and he said, read your script. It's good. It's real good. I went, is it? He went, yeah. He wanted me to change the ending, which I hated, but I did for him. He wanted me to change the ending because he wanted something different. And he goes, but yeah, I'll pay you. And then that was the most successful show. It turned out to be the most successful show they ever had. They performed it so many times and sold so many tickets. He made tens of thousands of dollars, which is why I got 1,000. I got a little bit more than that for that one. He gave me a $500 bonus. I probably made close to $2 on that one. 1,800, I bet. But I guarantee you, he made anywhere between 10 to 20. I guarantee you he did. But he was fair because he knew I didn't care. I was happy to see it successful. Someone bought the show. That's why he paid me extra. They bought out the show, a different venue did, and they put a full page ad in the newspaper. This is back in the day when the newspaper was still relevant, about we have tickets to this sold out show if you want to get tickets. And they oversold tickets. It was like a crowd of 70 something, or no, it was 150, and you don't do more than 70, 75 max because it's too big of a crowd. But they were just greedy and they wanted as much money as they could get, and they sold 150 tickets. And Steve took the money, but he never leased out to them again. And he gave me a small cut, which probably the 500. But then he said, we're never doing this again. So right then on that one show, he made 5,000. He probably gave me 10%, knowing Steve, but for the script. But so that's why I think he made more, because the shows usually ran about 10, 12,000, and he made 5,000 on that one show alone, straight profits. That's 17. He probably made 17 on the show, or probably 18 since I made 1,800. That makes, knowing Steve, that would have made sense. He's passed away now, so I can't ask him. But that was their biggest selling show. And so from then on out, everything got paid 1,000. So, and it went well. The people like mine, because hey, guess what? Big surprise. They were family friendly. I remember one guy ad-libbed a cuss. He cussed in my script. And I pulled him aside politely and said, hey, I know you kind of did that for laughs, but what does it say when you're trying to cuss just to get a laugh? He went, He said, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. I said, no, it's fine. I'm just wanting to let you know that, I'd like to have it read the way it usually say, yeah. He said, dang. He said, you're exactly right. I did it for a laugh. And he said, it doesn't need that. It didn't deserve being there. I was like, that's fine. Just letting you know. And so, and some of my scripts have been done at other theaters. 1 or 2 of them have. I wrote a stage play. I got approved for a Christmas play, but we couldn't get enough people to audition, so it canceled. And then the theater here tried to get it back twice. They wanted it, but I wouldn't give it to them because I don't really like them right now. I'd love to see the show happen, but I don't know. Probably screw it up. But it's a Christmas show about elves, and kids don't like toys anymore. Kids want, computers, cell phones, iPads. And so these toy elves are going out of business because no one wants toys anymore. So this kid sneaks and somehow gets his way to the North Pole. And the toy elves, there's tech elves the toy elves are all different colors. They're all different: blue, red, pink, yellow, green, brown. But the delivery elves are brown, like UPS, and the tech elves are just gray. They're just totally gray, so they're boring. And they're looking at expanding again and taking over the last toy shop. But when this boy decides that, instead of looking at a screen all day, he should be using his imagination to play. He should be going outside more. There are 3 lessons he learns. And I can't remember what they are. But anyway, once he learns all these lessons, then he changes, and the toy elves are saved because they get some toy requests, because he goes home and tells all his friends what he wants for Christmas. It's different than the newest video game or iPad or whatnot. And then I was writing a sequel to where now they've grown, and now they're hiring anyone. So and the very first one, they hired a gnome. Santa knows he's not an elf. He's a gnome, but the gnome really wanted to be there. But the gnome comes into play because the gnome is the one that tells the boy what the great outside is about, how great it is to be outside. Because, garden gnomes are always outside. So he loves the outside. There's a reason I did that. So he loves the outside, because elves really wouldn't want to play outside that much, but a gnome would. So there's a gnome that Santa knows is not an elf, but he lets him work in it. Well, now they have a leprechaun in the sequel. And I had an idea for that too. But anyway, oh well. That's it. Yeah. In the 1800s, giving Mobile credit, something like that. I remember that. There's an article, old article too. Hey, there's Red 5 Reviews. I'll be seeing him later. Jeremy's wedding. Bubba Gump Shrimp. I've heard of that place. I've never been in. Oh man, I don't know if they're into there. They like Barbie. Barbie's their big toy right now. I don't know if they have any My Little Ponies, which is kind of amazing because my wife got them pound puppies and all that kind of stuff. But My Little Ponies, I don't think we have yet. Yeah. Winds of Dune is just really bad. It's the only bad one, though. I will contest it's the only bad one. And when I reread it, I was like, okay, maybe I gave it a hard time. No, it's just junk. Nothing happens. There's no point. Where the other prequels and stuff like that, there's stuff that happens and you care. But Winds of Dune is like, why? Why'd they make it? Oh, on Sci-Fi Channel, that was pretty good too. I forgot about that one. They did Children of Dune too. Yes, they did. And I love that. I don't think it was the best portrayal, but I love that they did it. We hadn't seen that before. And then they couldn't do anything more after that. I don't think, maybe they had low ratings or whatnot, But I was hoping they'd go through the entire book series. Thank you. I forgot about that. I remember that on Sci-Fi Channel. Sure do. I hope we get it. I really hope we get it. Oh, okay. Thank you. No, I haven't. I know what you're talking about, but I haven't. I don't really like Zack Snyder. Yeah. It's fun. It's really hard to write a script, especially a murder mystery, because for me, you have to make every red herrings. Everyone has to have a reason, but you have to give a clue as to why. You have to let them figure it out. A lot of times, all these new murder mysteries, they give you no clue because they don't want people to guess. So they don't give you a clue and then say it was this person the whole time. Why? Because of this. How are we supposed to know that? I like giving clues that if you paid attention, you would get it. And some people have. My favorite one was a superhero one where the clues were very, very subtle. Someone kills the mayor. It's a bunch of villains, super villains. One kills the mayor, but they all take credit for it. Instead of denying it, they're super villains. So the superhero has to find out who's telling the truth because all the super villains said, yes, I did it. In the newspaper clip that's on their table, it's just a bunch of junk. But if you read it, one of the characters says, I need to trim my family tree. And it is also the only character that calls the mayor by her first name, Brenda. Doesn't call her Mayor so-and-so, calls her Brenda because they're sisters. And if you put those two together, then you realized, wait, that's why she doesn't call the mayor. And she never calls her Mayor something. She goes, I killed Brenda because blah, 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 because she knows her because that's family. And in the newspaper article, it says she's going to trim her family tree. She was called Lethal Leaf. No, was it Lethal Leaf? That was the sequel I didn't write. Lethal Leaf. Maybe it was. I can't remember. Lethal Leaf, or it was like a Poison Ivy like character. But yeah, she and she was a killer. And some people got it because they read the newspaper and then realized that she was calling her by her first name. So, but I like stuff like I wasn't upset. One of them I did at the very beginning, because at the beginning, the first act is just a bunch of introductions. There's nothing really that goes on. Clues are usually given in Act 2. I put every single clue in the very first conversation. So if you're paying attention, most people are like, ha, 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 and they're getting to know them like, yeah, ha, 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 because you make jokes in there, and they're making jokes. But if you listen to the very first conversation, by the time someone died, you know what happened. And I loved it because when they revealed why, I remember there's table go, she said that at the very beginning. She said at the very beginning. Remember, they're like, oh. And I was like, yes, yes, you remembered. So there was a clue that you remembered, you know. So I love it when people can figure it out, but not make it too easy, though. No, I wish I did. I never got to, though. I don't like the Kid Boba Fett stories. I'll be honest with you. I hate them. Twin Engines of Destruction was good. There's some short stories. I love Last Man Standing. I love that other short story from Tales of the New Republic. I'm sure a bunch of other people are going to give you some too. There's some good ones in there. The old Dark Horse ones are pretty good. Oh, thank you, Al. I know. It sucked. It sucked. Oh, good. I'm glad to have you. Yes, yes. Yay! Yay! Good. I'm glad. Welcome. Glad to have you. See, I don't like Fett's story in Legacy of the Force, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. So actually, Tim's probably right here. Legacy of the Force is one there. Ah, that's fun. Yeah, everyone loves a murder mystery, right? Everyone loves one because you know it's the who done it, man. Who done it? And everyone likes to figure it out. But I went to one, it was awful because they didn't tell you. I mean, they told you who did it at the end, but you had no how were we supposed to figure that out? And by the way, I got the biggest laugh, and I was in the audience. It was not a very funny show. And what had happened was someone smashed. It was on purpose. They smashed a breakable item. It was a sugar glass, and we didn't know that. But they made sugar glass bowls, and she's supposed to throw it in the ground and smash it. But it's just sugar. It's not glass. So it shocked everyone. So everyone jumped. And I turned around. I'd been mocking a friend of mine from across the table who we used to do shows together, and her name's Shonda. And because Shonda accidentally pulled the curtain and it all fell down. I was like, "Dang, Shonda, you must be hungry." And I'm just yelling out, and everyone's laughing in the dining room. I was like, "Shonda, good news." I was yelling out by the buffet table, "Shonda, good news. They said you could come back," and everyone just was, generally laughing because they knew I was picking on her the whole time. And when the glass thing shattered, I turned up to Shonda and I said, "Dang, Shonda, I thought you were going for dessert." And everyone bust out laughing. And my wife was laughing too. She went, "I think that was the biggest laugh." The whole table was like, "That was so funny." I was like, "Yeah, that was the biggest laugh in the show. Was my joke there." Mm. Yeah, it's a little attic door is what it is. It's a little attic door. No, but I know that one's really nice because Barnes and Noble is a really nice copy. I know that Han Solo trilogy bound leather bound copy is really nice. See, I didn't like it, but I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. Maybe no, I still don't like it. I reread it and still don't like it, but I'm glad you do. I think it was like a lot of missed opportunities in that one personally. Gotcha. Yep. Wait. Ah, sweet. Sweet. Yeah. Holy crow. I'm over an hour. Look at that. All right. I'm going to end it there. Um, I called tonight too. It's cold. Gonna get down to 15 tonight. But I'm glad I got to do this. I'm glad my other friend canceled. I'm supposed to be filming some content for the website. But yeah. But anyway, we'll end it there. And yep. Recently acquired Young Jedi Knight series on this format. Somebody, oh, awesome! That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's Alex's room there. But anyway, hey, all right. Thanks, Tim. Tim, you owe me a story. You owe me a story now. But anyway, guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful week if you're not stuck in ice like we are. All right. See y'all later. Good night.